How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? It's another Wednesday night in the building. 8 p.m.
Hump day.
Y'all chime on in and hang out with us tonight.
Yeah.
The weather outside is hot.
It's not hot. It's some good weather. It's that weather when people start to complain and I'm like, shut up.
If the, if the weather would make up its mind, you know what I'm saying, and the 1 minute is cold, the next minute is hot.
Well, I know
Wish he
that
would
this
make his mind up.
it's been a little bipolar this week. It was pretty nice.
Hopefully y'all can hear us good out there and see us good. Looks like we broadcasting on everything tonight. Nobody's messing up right now. So y'all hit us up and let us know if something is wrong. That way we can try to correct it fully. But
How
huh?
I was gonna say, how was your day today?
Oh, it was okay. Just long.
Yeah,
Yeah, long day.
I didn't do nothing today. I just slayed up all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh, okay.
It's one of them days, man. It's one of them days.
It's one of them days.
Yeah, it's one of them days. I can't complain. Then I can complain, but I won't complain. So,
Oh,
you
okay.
know. One of them days.
All right. Well, hey, I guess it's just one of them days, y'all. Yeah. I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the hams, y'all.
I am Treasure Cheltenham, and I too am one of the hams, and this is the Ham Show.
Y'all watching the Ham Show. Thank you for chiming on in every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Uh,
Hump Day.
Today, what we got popping for him tonight? We got some videos, or we just gonna be talking about something? What we doing?
Well, there's some stuff I forgot to do last week. We had sponsors that I didn't even talk about.
Oh,
I
okay.
know. So we got to make sure we do talk about the sponsors tonight,
Oh,
and
okay.
we'll get into that. But I'm just chilling. I mean, well, the topic tonight is going to be an interesting topic. It's going to be a good one. So grab your friends, tell a friend, be a friend, all that good stuff. But we talking about raised to be single tonight. Raised to be single.
Raised to be single.
Talking about how the new way of raising little girls is turning them into being single women.
Oh, what's the new way of
Well,
raising
I don't
girls?
even want to say it's the new way, so to speak. I guess it's kind of like a cultural thing in some cultures where, you know, they teach the little girl, be strong and independent and don't depend on no man for nothing. And don't depend on nobody for nothing. And that kind of gets them single
Oh yeah,
at a certain point.
kind of gets them single. That's the
Kind
outcome.
of gets them single.
Wendell West in the building. How you doing there, sir?
Hey, Wendell.
He said. He says all your good days outweigh your bad days.
That's
You
true.
won't complain, Treasure.
I won't complain at all. I mean, yeah, all my good days do outweigh the bad, I guess. I guess, depending on how bad that day was. Cause sometimes that ain't the case. You ever just have those moments where you're just it be like that sometimes. But thank you for those kind words, Wendell. I do appreciate you.
So what is raising a girl to be single? What does that mean? What is that? Like how is that even a thing?
I think it's the first thing I'm gonna go into is like the lack of understanding of what it means when you're telling young girls, be strong, you can do it by yourself, blah blah blah. It's not to say don't don't ever worry about having a partner or a man or a husband or that you could just go through this world alone. I think it's just to get them to understand that though you are a woman, you can do anything that you put your mind to. but I think that it leads down the line of having them think that they don't need a man. They don't need nobody. Once they start making their own money, they can do their own thing and blah, blah, blah. And I think there's a disconnect there in telling young girls that without explaining to
Do you
them.
think they really telling them that, or they just coming up with this on their own?
I think that
I'm just asking because I don't know.
I think that it's being taught by women who are single, who are raising kids. You
Could
know
it
what I'm
be just
saying?
be that? I mean, I think TV.
Oh yeah, all of it. All of it.
I mean, Beyonce, singers, rappers.
You because of all the single ladies.
Yeah, all the single ladies. She the only one ain't single, but she's singing all the single ladies.
Well, she
But
said if he like it, then he should have put a ring on it. So
oh yeah.
what she was saying is, um,
Well, how come women didn't get that memo?
how come they didn't get
Yeah,
the
because
memo?
they didn't get that memo. They was just like they skipped that part. They was like, we don't care what Beyonce talking about on that particular part.
What you mean by that though?
They don't make them put a ring on it. They just be like, I like him, he like me. We about to be liking each
We just gonna
other.
like each other.
Yeah, yeah. And it don't be no ring at the end of it.
Um,
Or maybe they just gone crazy after the part after they start liking each other. Beyonce didn't tell us that part. Like Beyonce, you slipping on your pimping. Like you supposed to in the song you supposed to explain what's supposed to happen. Like you ain't supposed to just say all my single ladies and then that's it and then go at the end. Who the hell gonna say uh oh? She knew what she was saying was like y'all not gonna get it right. So
is that what she was
is
saying?
that what I think that's
I
my interpretation of
I
it.
don't know. I
By the
think
way, I heard she was coming back to Las Vegas soon
to do what? I
to
mean,
do the Beyonce thing. That's what
not
you
like
mean.
that.
What the
Okay, that did
hell?
not come out
What
right.
is wrong with people around here?
I don't know. It's been weird for me with Beyonce lately. Like it's different. Like
Well,
she
I was, I mean, she cool, but she wasn't my like. I'm finna
for yeah,
go.
well for you that's different. You
Yeah,
a male, but I
she was
mean like
cool.
I grew up and was raised up on Queen Bee, and me and
I
my
mean, she
girlfriends would
she
dance
like I
and
said, she cool, but I don't know, man. Let somebody pay for me to go. I can't find myself paying that much money to go see her.
I mean, well I think that her concerts are like dope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Uh,
For sure. Like seeing her live is spectacular. That's definitely something that
she's a
she's
phenomenal singer
she's definitely an entertainer.
and she probably put on a great show. It's just I don't see myself spending that much money to go see it.
Yeah, I just it doesn't equate for a man
I
unless
mean,
you
I don't know
were
how much it is, but I'm
unless you
sure
was
it's up
part of
there.
the, part of the
I'm
alphabet
sure it's
crew.
probably $300-$400.
Something like that. But for a man it's different unless you're a part of the alphabet crew. I don't think there's many men that's like, I'm finna go see Beyonce
Yeah, well,
without
I couldn't call him a man, but yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like
They look like men, but
I don't think that there's many men that's like, yeah, I'm finna go do
let's
that.
see how much these tickets is. Hold on.
While you doing that, I am gonna pull up this video.
Beyonce at Allegiant Stadium. What
This
video?
video is gonna start off our show.
Okay, so the nosebleeds is like $60.
$60.
Yeah, $66 each.
Well, that's not bad.
That ain't bad because she usually be way up there.
Let's get into this video
You're
real
gonna need
quick,
some
shall we?
binoculars though.
Some binoculars. And
Yeah.
where is it at? Allegiant?
Allegiant Stadium.
Oh yeah. Legion is a little bit different.
Looks like the most expensive ticket could be close to 2,000.
Yeah, that's usually about right for all of them for the most part. They be about 2,000.
1,800 up to 2,000 is, and the nosebleeds like up there with Jesus and them is $60, 66, $68.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we want to get into this video.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just trying to let you know she was in town. So if y'all, feeling froggish and you want to spend all your rent money and
Your
go see
income tax money.
and then let her sing uh-oh to you after you just spend
See,
all
when
your
a
money.
man gets money in general, we think about all the beautiful things we could do for a woman. I could take her here, could buy the Chanel purse. I'm finna just go buy her car. That is in our intrinsic nature to provide. The more money we get, the more we want to provide. But in general, when a woman gets money, she is like, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
I got me.
Yeah.
And then her attitude carries on in a relationship. Even when she do get a man, she treat her man like she don't need a man. So if you in a relationship, but you tearing him down, you're not soft. He can't extract peace and power from you. How can he go conquer the world? Matter of fact, he don't want to conquer the world. Because why do he want to conquer the world in the first place? What I just tell you, so he could do what? Give it to y'all. But if you not making him feel good, why do I want to go the extra mile to get this money? I don't even want to buy you nothing.
I've heard of it.
So I'll stay right here. I'll stay in my lane, work this little 9 to 5, pay my part of the bills and stay right here.
Yeah.
You don't inspire me to want more, to give you more, how you do me.
Yeah.
So you defeating your own bottom line by not being good to him. Because the more you empower him through your divine femininity, the more aplomb he is, the more astute he is, the more tenacious he is. He will apply that temerity and become successful. And then you will reap the benefits of his success.
Exactly.
See, when
is that it?
Yeah.
So what you think about that?
Well, I think that there's a lot of truth in that. For one, just going back to the whole idea of when women say, I got my own this, I got my own that. Like I was watching another reel earlier today where the guy was like, when a woman makes her money, that's her money. But a man's money is her money too. And so when he was saying we, meaning men, he was like, we go to work, we do all these different things to provide and do these things, for the woman. And, it's kind of a catch-22 because I think what happens is people explain like, okay, if you're single, you're supposed to be taking care of yourself. You're supposed to have your own job. You're supposed to be independent, right? Like if you're single, that's what it's supposed to be. And I think the disconnect is understanding that when you are getting into a relationship, you have to switch gears in how you play your position, how you play your role.
Mm.
And I think that's where the disconnect is because women think, oh, I got my own this, I got my own that. I don't really need you for nothing. I can pay my own bills, blah, 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 blah. I can
Why
buy my
is
own
that
house.
though? What is that about? Like, what's the point? Like,
I don't know.
so
I think
if you want a relationship, why wouldn't you want to build with that relationship?
I think
Like,
it's the thought
don't make
process
sense.
is it's like I say, it's a disconnect. The thought process is I'm single, so I'm independent. I got me. I got to take care of me. I got to have me.
Do
And
women want to be men? Is that
I
what
don't
it
think
is?
it's that.
Then why they?
Hold on. I don't think it's that women want to be men. I think that they don't understand that saying I got my own this and I got my own that is something that men do. That's how men be men. I don't think women understand that. They think that, oh, because I have my own house, my own car, I'm paying my bills, that's
That
like
you doing some man
that you
shit?
well, no, not that. Like that you just like queen bee, like you that bad bitch. But it's like if you single, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be fending for yourself. You're supposed to be taking care of yourself. And so, hey, Chris is in the building. You're not late, Chris. You're not late at all. But like if you're
I'm not
single, you're
quite sure. I
supposed to
understand.
be fending for
I
yourself.
never understood. As soon as you get to saying that stuff, that you just telling the world that you don't want to be with nobody.
And I don't think women understand that.
That's like a calling card to get the hell away from me. And every dude be like, "Thank you for telling me up front."
Like, run, brother, run.
Right, because Pat McGinnis in the building, Chris in the building,
What up,
Mr.
Pat?
Wendell West in the building. But yeah, I just don't understand it. I can't to first of all, is this a general statement for women? Like, is it the majority of them doing that?
I don't think it's the majority. I
is
think
it a
it's
strong 20%? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
That
what the
everybody
percentage
just get to
is.
see this 20 because everywhere you see it, is what Instagram, YouTube, Tremble, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, you seeing it.
What
You
they call
seeing
it?
it on social media,
Yeah,
and
TikTok.
I don't think it's the majority of women. I think that
Why do it seem that way then?
well, and
I mean, it's in the music, it's in the movies,
it's
it's in
like
everything.
it's like an agenda being pushed on women to be thinking that they can go through life without having a male counterpart as their significant other and being a strong
But if you
union.
was independent, why would you lean into the agenda?
I
If you a free thinker and you independent,
I don't think that's what it is though. I don't think it's about even being a free thinker. I think that women who are first of all, when you're being raised by a single mother who was not raised in a household with a mother and father or raised by a woman who was married, her thought process is different. Therefore, it kind of trickles down to the children, especially if she has girls. So she's going, well, I did it by myself. You
so
could do it
single
by
mothers is
yourself.
ruining the kids. Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to say ruin because you got some single women who've raised phenomenal children being single, whether it be male or female.
Yeah, but we talking about we can't talk about the extremes. We got to talk about in general.
In general,
Right, because in general is who we talking about.
right, right.
Like okay, so everything that I see on TV, right,
Mm-hmm.
is the bad things that dudes wouldn't even look at. Like dude,
What you mean by that?
well, okay, so if you came out with that calling card talking about I pay my own bills, and like you telling me stuff that I'm already gonna know. Like if I meet you, I didn't plan to pick a bum up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so. When the last time you seen a dude say that in public?
What you say? What?
The lines, the woman I'm a man lines, like the lines that women say
I've
to
never,
to say that I do this, I do that, I
I've
do this.
never heard a man
That's what I'm
actually
saying. So like
say
where are
that.
they getting this crap from? Like where is it coming from? And why is there so much competition with with people that they not even in the same bracket? Like why y'all not playing against yourselves
It's a good
instead of playing
question.
against dudes?
It's a good question, and so it's like when we okay. So remember when we were talking about how women get BBLs and all of that shit? Like it's not.
Oh yeah, we had a show on that.
It's
By the way, I don't know what show episode that was, but we was talking about uh booty enhancements and body enhancements.
I was trying to find this video. I called myself sending it to myself last week, but now I can't find it because I didn't pull it up.
Slipping on your
I
pip.
am like just totally. So I don't know what happened
But
there.
answer my question, like why is it a big issue? First of all, why you need to announce these type of accolades when they're men accolades anyway? If you by
Why do women
yourself,
need to announce it?
period. If you a man or a woman, if you by yourself, you're supposed to take care of yourself.
Right. Totally
So
agree with that.
how is that an accolade?
It's not.
So why say it?
It's not. And I think that
And wouldn't that be the biggest like
I think
I'm not
for
messing with you because you say stupid stuff type things?
well, yeah, I mean for men, yeah, absolutely. Because a man's gonna look at you and go,
You
oh, okay, you would
you
but you're
you supposed to
supposed to do
brush your
that.
own teeth
Right. You're supposed
and,
to do
and
that.
take showers and
Yeah.
and take out your trash if you got
Right.
trash.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're
So
supposed to do that. That like we're expecting that. That's a normacy. That's like how people think about uh being a high school graduate now. Everybody just thinks that's normal, right? It wasn't back in the day,
no, it wasn't back in the day.
but now, right now in 2025, people like you didn't graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like that would
Right.
be, you know,
That's like a
it's given.
yeah.
It's supposed to be like, yeah.
You would think, but I mean, like I say, the way society is today and how the women are being told to be so strong and independent, they're so strong and independent as they grow older that they carry on this masculine energy, which in turn
But what I'm
turns off.
asking, I think we're missing the point though. Where are they getting this shit from?
I think they're getting it from single mothers.
So single mothers is telling you is bringing you up while you eating your Cheerios and watching Dora the Explorer. She like, remember that you need to be independent and you strong. You gonna take care of your own bills and don't never let a man tell you otherwise. That's what they saying.
In some situations, yes.
So how big a situation is this? Is this the general consensus of
I don't want to say
women? Did your mom say that?
I don't want to say no, she didn't.
Okay,
I don't want to say it's the general consensus, but she did tell me to. She did. She said things along the lines of that, but she never went against being married and having a family. So like that was one of the things she taught me was like, don't have children out of wedlock type thing, and be with the person you're going to be with. But I don't think it's like, I don't want to, I hate to say it's a general consensus, but when you look at the women today and in their thought process and how they're thinking, especially the ones that are single, because I'm talking to women who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s who are single, and their thought process is all the same. They don't understand why they're single, but they have so much masculine energy on not knowing how to turn it off. I get you have it when you're by yourself and you have to have it.
Let me ask you a critical question. Why do women want so much control when they can't protect it?
They don't understand. They lack. I think women lack understanding in that.
Like it's okay to have control or whatever, but it's
a different type of control.
To have control, you got to be able to protect it too. Whatever you're trying to control,
right?
So,
and I don't think women understand that. Like for instance, and I know where you're going with this. Like the head of the household is always going to be the man. Because
that's what you and I think, but
no, like, that's not what we think. That's not just what we think. That's just what it is.
But the general consensus is not that. Like
what
we see on TV, what we see on the streets, what we see on Facebook, what we just heard the dude say in the video.
Right.
Like you want to play the video again?
I mean, no.
Because what he was saying was like,
we don't need.
Did we put a shout out in the captions for that? Did we say who it was?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, but you understand what I'm saying? Like all these people ain't talking about this because it's only 3 or 4 people doing this.
Right.
So is this becoming the norm? And if it is, how did it even get this way when they know what 65% of women couldn't bust a grape in a vineyard if they wanted to?
A guy said, and I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to pretty much repeat what he said. So on this particular video, he said, where would you learn to fly at? And the women
that's answered, the same video.
Yeah, that's the video I was looking for.
No, I know where that's at. I'll play that. It's already queued up.
So okay. Well, that's what I was looking for.
I think it's still queued up. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Play that.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
I'm gonna get into some of these comments while you're looking
right
for
here,
that.
Right? This one.
So Chris says
this one, right?
No.
Yeah, it is.
I just played that one.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the same dude.
It's the same dude, just different video. Okay, right, so yeah.
Let me
let's get to it.
All right, so hold on. Let me load it up.
Chris says, family law and women's right movement have negated the need for a man. Only a man's money is needed. This was popular belief back in the 80s. Yeah, the 80s, there was a lot of that. That's when the family started kind of getting broken up a little bit. Chris says it's the politics. This is all the bullshit that was pushed by the baby boomers. Now that Gen X is getting into positions of power, there's a change coming. Part of that change is you talking about this. And I really hope so, Chris, because even if this message reaches a handful of people and they all take what we're saying and say, you know what, this is a big thing. Because when you look around today, you got a bunch of up and coming men.
Does the world not understand that we need strong families? Like I don't care what color you are. I don't think it's
that they lack understanding. I think people get lazy.
I don't care what color, what creed, where you from.
Right.
We need strong families. Period.
Right. I'm with you. I'm with you because that's been the thing that's been broken down. That's
The
what
family
the family has been torn
been
apart.
broken for a long time,
Right.
ever since food stamps. But we ain't gonna talk about politics. We trying
Right. We're
we
trying to stay
keep
away
it.
from
Yeah,
that.
we trying to stay away from politics
We
today on
can't
the
help
show.
ourselves.
But here go that video.
Yeah, this is the video I was
Okay.
trying to pull up, y'all.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to
chef.
teach you?
Is
A
it
chef.
playing?
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
Why it look
A
frozen?
driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're gonna go to a pilot. You want to learn
Oh,
how to
did
cook,
you
you're gonna
share
go
it?
to a chef.
Yeah, I did.
Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man,
not
and they
share?
don't know how to be a wife
Wait, you got to go back up.
because their mothers wasn't wise.
You might have to pull that
And
back up. Can you guys hear it?
women are raising their daughters to be single mothers
Is it playing?
because they are single.
now,
They're single mother, and they like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And
I'm gonna run it
they
back.
have.
This is the
Sorry
smallest.
about
Let me
that.
ask you a question.
Here
Let
we
me ask
go.
y'all a
Would
question.
you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you
A
want to
chef.
teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're gonna go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're gonna go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man, and they don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wise. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers because they are single. They're single mother, and they like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be educated, so you don't need to depend on no man and get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife, the same way you will learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man. A lot of y'all women ain't even wives.
That's the crazy part. He said, y'all not wives and you're married. That's deep.
What y'all think about that? Because hold on, a couple people jumped on and said some stuff. Let's go back and see who it was before we ask them what they think about that. Let's go down to my mom jumped on. Didn't expect that. She said it's hard to be what you've never seen. I agree.
Yep.
I agree. And then my aunt says
the baby boomer is still married, takes a lot of work and no bull from either partner.
True.
Yeah. And I think that's what people fail to realize. Like, for whatever reason, people think that marriage is easy. And sometimes people make it look easy, but the easy part is when you understand to be disciplined enough to respect and be loyal, to be disciplined enough to give grace and honor each other. I think that's when it becomes easy.
But why? Okay, so if that's the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to do something with someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be a team sport or doing a dissertation at college together, you're gonna have to
you have to find that balance.
You got to do something. You ain't going to be like, oh, I pay the bills here, and then pen and paper that you writing on, that's mine, punk. And you better listen to me because I bought all that stuff.
Right.
Like, isn't the outcome to be great? Like, isn't that what the outcome should be?
That's what
to be great.
The whole outcome is to come together and be great together and grow. I don't think everybody understands that that's a part of it. You know, they think that First of all, it's a business transaction.
Everything in marriage is a business.
It's a business
Well,
transaction.
everything in life is a business transaction.
Right. But I don't think people understand. They look at it as, like, I've even heard people I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm married now. I ain't gotta take care of myself no more. I ain't gotta."
That's weird. Yeah,
I ain't gotta keep myself looking good no more. I can get fat and be happy now. And I'm like,
what?
Well, that's interesting. That's kind of the opposite of what I thought it was gonna be.
Why teach them? Okay, so why teach your daughters to be independent and by themselves or whatever?
It's a curse.
And then not tell them, well, if you go this route, this is what your life is going to be like. Look at my life. That's what it's going to be. Especially for a single mama telling them this. So if a single mom saying, hey, be strong, be this, do that. And then the kid look at the mom and go, well, you ain't never had a nice dude up in the house or a husband.
I think it's for lack of better words, it's delusional. Because
delusional on whose behalf? On both?
On the woman's behalf, because like you say, it's hard to be something you haven't seen. It's hard. Like, we don't have big mamas no more running around. We don't have the neighborhood watching out for the kids. We don't have, Mr. George down the street saying, I'm gonna call your mama and tell your dad, blah, blah, blah. We don't have that anymore. So when you're by yourself and all you know is by yourself, and you can just do whatever you're trying to do the best you possibly can with what you have, you're not even understanding that you're in a matrix yourself. Yes, right. As a woman, you're not even understanding that you're broken and you're just surviving. So for you, it's, let me teach my kid to survive as well, not understanding that the way that you're surviving is not the correct way. You're just doing it because you have no choice at the moment.
I understand what you're saying.
And so that doesn't mean teach that to your kid.
But that's what's happening, right?
That's exactly what's happening.
Okay, so Auntie says, ooh, and a lot of men are not husbands too. And then my mom says, that's true for men too, which I agree, but they still all being taught by women.
That's where the whole point of this show is.
They still being taught by women.
Right. It's coming from a woman.
Like we can go through, though families are broken up, we can go through stats. And the stats for the census of last year and the year before says that men, well, especially black men, take care of their kids, whether they're in the house or not. For the general consensus forum, they take care of their kids. It was like 15% don't talk to their kids at all, and the other 5 is up in the air because they don't know what's going on. They can't tally that up. So what I'm saying is, if the woman is the ultimate teacher of the child, and then you have men, they grow up to be men, and then they're not husbands, where does the blame fall?
I think that, well, a woman here, and that goes back to my original thought when I said that a woman can't raise a boy to be a man.
True, but can a woman teach their son to be a husband?
How?
I'm asking.
I think this is what a woman can teach her son. She could teach her son how to be respectful. She can teach her son how to deal with his emotions, right? Because that's really what it's going to come down to, is understanding his emotions and being trained to be emotionally intelligent.
Right.
A woman can teach a boy that. She can't teach him how to be a husband, because that's the same thing as being a man, because him understanding that his job is to protect and provide. So for a woman, going back to earlier statements, if you can't, like, I'm different. I can protect you, but I can't protect you, if that makes sense. I'm not designed to protect you. So
do what you mean, like physical protection?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You protect me in other ways. You're supposed to pray for me.
Exactly.
You're supposed to make sure I'm eating good.
Exactly.
The nourishment part is protection for a woman.
Right.
Like, I'm not expecting you to pull up your dukes and
Exactly.
start
Like
scrapping.
when
You
we
know what I'm
when
saying?
we walk down the street, I don't walk on the outside and protect you from the curb and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Chris says that child support laws and welfare has something to do with a lot of this. I agree, because a lot of families were broken up because of welfare and child support laws. My mom says that
unfortunately,
unfortunately we are what?
we are
We
tainted
are tainted
by the
by.
teachings of those we live with, our parents, and unless we are exposed to something better, something different, we end up walking out the same issues that they had. Yes, and that's the cycle
But
that
could exposure not be enough? I mean, you going home every day to the same person.
mhm.
And if they ain't right and they ain't teaching you how to be great with someone else, it don't matter. Do it really matter how much exposure you get in the street?
Yeah, I think so, because think of it this way. Some kids that grew up in the hood didn't understand that they could be doctors, lawyers, and all and detectives and judges until they physically went somewhere else to see, wait a minute, they live different over here. You mean to tell me I don't have to?
Do you equate, how do we, is that equatable to how you have a relation with someone to getting a job? Like, everybody has ambition when it comes to a job, no matter where you come from,
Supposedly.
or hustle,
Right,
whatever,
supposedly.
no matter where you come from. So I could see how outside influence can put you in a better position there.
Mhm.
But are they really looking at, like say the Huxtables live over here. You live with your single mom. You go to the Huxtables house to go kick it with their son. Do you see that and go, well, that's where I'm gonna be in
I
20
think
years or 15 years? Or do you just go, oh well, he a doctor and she's a lawyer, and that's what I want to do? You see the hustle before the relationship?
I think you see both, because we've even had some of our children's friends come to our house and go, "Man, I would love, to have what you
Right, but
have."
is it going to equate to their relationship? Like, of course you see something on T.
Mhm.
Like, I see a car I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see it and you go, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm capable of having that." But do I possess the skills to actually manifest that with the skills?
So I think that goes back to what I've said before. There comes a point in time in your life where you have to just look in the mirror and go, "I don't want this for myself anymore."
True, and
And
I agree. I
then
mean,
you have to want better, so you go out and seek better.
my analogy for that is, like, I've watched Michael Jordan almost his whole career, and I still can't cross over like he do, or like Albert
Yeah,
Iverson. You know what I'm saying? I've
yeah,
tried it,
yeah,
but I was never I
yeah.
wasn't I wasn't up to par.
But
You know
you've
what I'm saying?
also haven't put the man hours in that they've put in either. You ain't getting up at
Right,
four
but who's
o'clock in the
doing
morning
that? What I'm saying
and
is that
shot 1,000 free throws and
what I'm saying is that so let's equate the man hours to people being married.
mhm,
There's a lot of man hours involved.
mhm,
A lot of nurturing and making sure that everything is on the up and up and everybody's doing things together.
right.
When you don't have that at home and then you see it, you like, oh yeah, that's great. And I wish, but I don't know that life.
So
I don't have the skills to even know how to do that.
I think some people do that. Some people definitely just go, you know what, I ain't gonna never be that. So screw it. I'm gonna just be whatever. And that's to me, that's a form of laziness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now you can have you possess, because everybody possess the qualities to be better.
Right. My mom says women can't teach men how to be husbands. They can teach them
What
what
they
they
want in
want
a
in a
husband.
husband if they had the
That sort of thought.
okay, that
So
sort of
and
thought.
that and that and I'm glad mom said that. That brings me back to my 80/20. So we have the 80 at home and we get a whiff or sneak peek of that 20. And 9 times out of 10, that 20 is something that you could simply teach, right? So I got my 80, But I'm so infatuated with that 20 because I don't have it every day. Maybe those are the things that I really like. I like being flowers being brought to me. I like compliments, whatever it may be. That 20 can be taught to that 80 to make it a full 100. And I think that's where we falter as well too. We're so caught up on, oh, this looks so good over here, and that's I've been missing this my whole whatever life or the time I've been with this individual, and I really want that 20, not understanding that if you simply just teach that 20 to your husband or your wife, that'll make your 100.
Those solutions, like Auntie says, look for examples for those who emulate what you want in a marriage, and know
It's not always
it's
going to
not
be
always.
perfect.
But really, in reality, that's a great saying. But in reality, people are going to revert back to what they was taught.
What they know.
Right.
What they
And
know.
it's going to cause issues, period, with the person that you're trying to be with or make the Huxtables with. So and in reality, those people shouldn't be jumping into a marriage. They should be figuring out their mind before they do that.
They should be getting themselves together, because 9 times out of 10, you're still broken from your childhood thinking, because you were told your whole life that you could do this, you could do that, you can have this, you can have that, and you don't need nobody for this, you don't need nobody for that. So you revert back to it the moment somebody piss you off, the first argument, the first disagreement, the first whatever, you revert back to it instead of going, well, how can we fix this? How can I be a better person and not revert back? I think, again, it's just kind of laziness. Okay, Chris says he's talking to mom. See, I remember the little bit I got to see my son growing up. It was considered abuse if I wanted to teach my son something. He should have been able to damn near build a house by the time he graduated high school.
Yeah, some families, like, that's why you got to carefully vet who you gonna try to spend the rest of your life with, or at least be married to, because stuff like that happens where you try to, be in your son or your daughter's life, and then they make it extremely difficult, and then you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna send a check.
And I know situations like that. I do, unfortunately, where the dad they put forth an effort to be there, and the mother made it very difficult for whatever reason. Like, I physically know people like that to this day that are great fathers and want to be in their kids' life and have to fight to be in their kids' life. And it's sad. But this goes back to them. I can do it by myself, women.
Well, it goes back further than that, because if he would have vetted her properly, then
vetting sometimes even means taking a look at the family dynamics. How is this person with their family? And sometimes even that doesn't give you the answers that you need, because you can have a person that's simply the black sheep of their family, and we like black sheeps, because 9 times out of 10, the person that's the quote unquote black sheep is the person that went against the grain and they didn't follow suit to what everybody else did. They're probably doing a little bit better in life. They're probably a little bit more successful in how they handle life. So sometimes you have situations like that where you can clearly see that this was the person that kind of stepped away from their shenanigans that their family possessed and made something of their life.
Right. Mom says skills are learned abilities, and learning comes from the desire. So exposure helps with the desire to want that. If you want that, I don't know how I messed that up.
You're not supposed to read anyway. I'm supposed to read.
Oh, my bad, man. I'm trying to see it, but without my glasses.
Skills are learned abilities, and learning comes from a desire to. So exposure helps with the desire to want that. If you want that, you can gain that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Good job.
Good job.
Teamwork.
Chris says, I'm expected to get him a job once the child support stops, yet I wasn't allowed to teach him anything. I asked what she taught him, and she said, I taught him to be nice. Ha ha. Well, the 25-year-old son still lives with his mommy because he's nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That happens a lot, man. You're not the only one that I've heard say that. The constant conflict with people who have children together is a tough thing, period. What's the next one, man?
Let's see. Chris was saying, he says at 25 he bought his first house. And then here he says, honestly, I laugh at men who think they are husbands and fathers. To me, it's a joke because they aren't on top of anything. The woman needs only decide she wants a change for any reason or no reason at all to put him on his ass.
Yeah, I think, and to me, family court laws need to change.
That's going to
on
be
that.
changing, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Family court laws need to be changed on that because it's causing.
Hey, Cammy.
It's not putting families together. It's keeping
It's
them
breaking
apart.
them up. Yeah.
What's next?
Mom says that's why premarital counseling is a necessary thing for everybody, because the first thing you have to work out is you, and then relational problems, so that when you face them, you're able to overcome them. And here's the thing with premarital counseling. Like the fact that you have to work you out first, you should seek counseling before you try to be in a relationship. Even if you in a relationship, and again, premarital counseling comes with that. When you're in a relationship and you decide this is what we're going to do, you definitely should be seeing some sort of somebody.
Remember back in the day, the family used to do that.
Well, yeah,
you had your grandma,
yep,
you had
or
your
the
grandma
pastor.
and your uncle and them. They was like, the dude would go outside with the dudes and they'd be looking at him, talking to, what's up, young blood? This is what's going on. What what you doing? You got a job? What, how you doing? You got any kids? They would ask that stuff.
Right.
Now it's like a big no-no.
Yeah, it's frowned upon.
It's weird.
Like it's frowned upon. You don't even talk to your kids about who they're around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, counseling is cool, but it used to be done by the family.
The
family used to be like, hey man, let me holler at you real quick. Don't you ever put your hands, what I'm saying?
Right.
You get that line in there somewhere.
Or it was the family's pastor, the church.
Oh yeah, the church or whatever.
You would go to the church and speak to the deacon and them, and they would talk about it with you. So, but the problem is too, especially amongst the Black community, they don't believe in counseling. We don't believe in therapists. We don't believe talking to somebody about our problems and our issues and trying to
I think that's slowly changing because I'm seeing more and more people do it. But it's
because they ain't have no choice now.
Yeah,
because they're going crazy.
Right. Well, back in the day, we had our families.
Right.
We had like
that's true.
Like a lot of the family used to live together back in the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, if you needed to get some wisdom or something, you just go and get it. You know
just going upstairs and knock on Big Mama.
But now, you have to lean on counseling and the rest of that stuff to, take the place of what a family should be doing. Like, remember, way back in the day, you'd have to, in order to date someone's daughter, you'd have to take the parents to dinner and everything. Like the parents had to sit down with the parents and then it wasn't no joke. It was a big ritual.
It was the young man had to come talk to the dad about even the fact that he was interested in his daughter. Chris says, how do you vet women when they all saying the same thing? Oh, they all saying the same thing, all act the same way. It's like they all went to the same school to learn the same bullshit.
They did. They all went to the same school.
So,
but the thing is,
that's what we was getting on,
but knowing that is the vet. That's part of the vetting.
Right.
You'll
be able to tell.
There's gonna be one out there. It's just you can't get weary. You gotta keep putting yourself out in the street and not in the same spot. Like if you go into the same spots, then you obviously insane. You can't go to the same spots and expect to get a different person. You know what I'm
saying? And the thing is that, Chris, you're right in a sense, because now, unfortunately, they're all blending in together. So you know how they used to say back in the day, birds of a feather flock together. So be careful of the company that you keep. But now you have women who are of substance sometimes keep company with women who are not necessarily the same. It doesn't mean she's the same. It means she may be trying to, help her friends out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you gotta decipher, okay, which one of these out the group got some sense.
Well, yeah, you got
the best way to do that is conversation.
Right.
Auntie says, my mom and dad made a call to my future in-laws to meet them. This all without us knowing, and they didn't have cell phones or Google. They used the white pages to get the address and a house phone.
Yep.
Yep, that's classic.
Cammy said, what's up? What's up, Cammy?
What's cracking lagging? Chris says, I don't believe in counseling either.
My bad. Chris said, I don't believe in
Chris,
counseling.
why do you not believe in counseling? I think counseling is something that, first of all, is very beneficial. It's very beneficial because the thing with counseling is this. You have people who love each other and sometimes they're not able to talk to each other. So it's easier to go tell a stranger what's going on with you because counseling is not somebody telling you how to fix you. Counseling is you talking about it, talking it out to the point where you start hearing what you're saying. And then you go, I need to fix that. I need to do better with this. It's you being honest with you. So
Chris so crazy.
it's robots are coming.
He said, nope, I gave up on women.
They are my
They are my equal, and I'm not going to let them forget it. My mom says that look for someone older, Chris, someone stable.
We are not the same.
Yeah.
This is true. Chris just has to go into a different place. Chris goes into
I might have to go pick him up and take him to a spot where he can actually get his groove on, you know what I'm saying?
I have a lot to offer. I'm a hidden gem, honestly. I don't think there's a woman alive
he said
that's
he
worthy
likes
of
older.
me.
Robots are coming.
I like older. I only look for older.
I like older. Chris crazy. But no, I honestly, I don't see none of this changing unless families start coming back.
Right.
Chris says he said I'm almost 52 and hell, he said I like mid 50s, top 60s, top early 60s. Yeah.
And it's crazy because you think that women in that age bracket would be on something different.
My aunt says she gonna pray for you.
Yeah.
He need prayer. He do.
Yeah. Chris go through it. Chris be going through
it, man.
Chris be going through it, man.
If you listen to some of the dates he done had, it's crazy out there in the streets. Chris be going through it. But I think, like I say, what we need to really start doing is having these uncomfortable conversations. Yeah, and
we just don't.
And families need to get back together. Like if they need to go on and reconcile, bring the baby baddie back to the situation,
right?
And make these kids better and stronger. You know what I'm saying? Because it's looking bad out there in the streets.
I mean, and it's I'm okay. So when we were younger, our parents would always say, you know, the world is screwed up, it's jacked up, this, that, and the third. When they were younger, their parents would say the same thing. So is this a cycle?
Say it again. I'm sorry. I missed
so when we were younger, our parents would say the world is screwed up, it's jacked up, it's crazy, we going to hell in a handbasket. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. When our parents were younger, their parents said the same thing. Is this a cycle? And if it is, like, can it be broken?
I think that people need to turn the TV off and stop trying to live a lie. Come to terms with themselves. Come to terms with their crap.
Yeah.
And then tell the other person that they trying to be with, look, we got to stop the crap. Stop trying to be like the Joneses, and we need to live our own particular lives, how we deem fit, instead of trying to fit into a bracket that don't nobody know what's going on because they parents ain't never been together.
Right.
So they don't know what's going on, but they need to figure out how to stay together. I think that should be the most thing that everybody's thinking about is forget all the crap. Let's figure out how to stay together, especially if you got kids.
Man, for real. We're going to pause for the calls on some of these items I didn't get to last week.
What items?
Some of our sponsors. First up is the Summer Blast Day Camp 2025 is coming back live in full effect. If you got some kiddos between the ages of 6 and 18, both girls and boys.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all come on down, and early bird registration is open now. So the camp dates are going to be Tuesday, starting May 27th on a Tuesday. Camp is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of every week, starting May 27th through July 3rd from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is early drop off and late pickup available. If you are interested or you know somebody who is interested, text BLAST to 702 929 5951. Come get your kiddos registered. Summer Blast Camp is a pretty good camp. I've been working with them for this will be our 3rd year now. So I do work with the children. The kids are cool. They have fun. We do field trips. We feed them, all kind of good stuff. So if you guys are interested, you know somebody that's interested, do not hesitate. Jump on the early registration now. Get those kids registered. And again, early drop off and late pickup are available. This is Tuesday through Thursday, starting May 27th. Girls and boys ages 6 to 18. Y'all make sure y'all tell a friend. Get your kids registered. All right, next up is the Trippy Masquerade Party. So this one is an interesting one. It says bring your own bottle and 420 friendly. For those who are 420 friendly, you got singles are $25, couples 2 for 40. If you're interested, you're going to RSVP text or you're going to text RSVP to 702-752-7926. It's a trippy mask night. Basically, for those who lack in knowledge, they're going to be high and painting is what it sounds like. So if you're into that type of thing, text
if you want to get high and paint your clothes on accident.
Yeah, food and music will be served, but private location. So the dress code is going to be mask and colorful. That's coming up this Friday, March 28th. So again, text RSVP to 702-752-7926. And then our next one is going to be presented by Sisters That Paint. The New Era Vegas presents the Easter egg hunt event. That's going to be coming up April 12th at Lubertha Johnson Park. That's somebody, auntie, Miss Lubertha Johnson.
Lubertha.
Miss Lubertha. Y'all come on down.
Is that a hyphenated name or is that the whole name?
It's the whole name, I believe. Miss Lubertha Johnson. Y'all going down to the park.
If you got your name is Lubertha, you was born in the 50s.
For sure. Anyway, on April 12th from 12 to 2, they're going to have an Easter egg hunting event. You got to find one of the 3 golden eggs and you'll win $100. It's going to be free food, popcorn, free phones, cotton candy, jumpers, photos with the Easter bunny, and gift cards. Bring your babies out or bring yourself out. If you're just a big baby, do your thug thizzle.
Lubertha's husband had knickerbockers on when he proposed.
For sure he did. And she had on pedal pushers.
They was called gauchos.
Gauchos. Our next event is still a ways out, but get yourself ready for
You missed
Royal.
all this last week?
I missed all of this last week.
Wow.
I know. It was a good show. We was getting it in.
Wow.
Royal Regal or Regan Entertainment presents Game Night. $10 entry, July 12th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Quincy Cigar Lounge on Craig. They playing dominoes and spades. So if you bought that life and you skilled, come on out. $10 buy-in, the winner take all. Do you have what it takes? Or you will be kicked off the table. You know what I'm saying? You may purchase your tickets from any Queen Esther member. So if you know who a Queen Esther is, y'all go find a Queen Esther member and get your tickets purchased. But again, game night, July 12th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Quincy Cigar Lounge, 21 and older to get up in that thing. If you want to text or find out more, you can text Karina at the bottom, 559-974-2607. All right, now back to the show.
Any questions out there, y'all?
Questions?
Any questions? I've always wondered these things. I always thought that we were doing ourselves a disservice with these type of attitudes or this persona that we keep carrying on. And honestly, I believe that the world needs families, and without families,
you got nothing.
There will be no society, and it's just going to be terrible. I mean, look at it now. It's already almost, going to hell with gasoline draws on and a propane
And I mean, the
backpack.
thing is this too, going back to the video, you're absolutely correct. The problem today is that we have people who are jumping in relationships too fast. They're not vetting each other. They're getting married, having these little tantrums and not being supportive when the person is not at their very best. Um, I'm not going to be at my very best all the time. Sean's not going to be at his very best all the time. But when we do end up not being at our very best, the other person is there to get us through, right? So we're not giving each other grace, and we're not training and teaching what it is to truly be a woman and a man in today's world. And unfortunately, our children are suffering from it because the real situation is we are raising a lot of kids to be single. You know what I mean? Just off of the mentality of what we're teaching them based on what our teachings was, and not understanding that though we received some certain types of teachings, and yes, there was great things in some of that teaching, that there was something missing, whether it was from a father or a mother. And you have to understand that to be able to give your children um what it looks like on both ends. And I mean, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Raising kids is not easy either. I'll be over here stressed out myself, and my kids are almost all grown. So
I don't think it get better. I just think as they get
it just
older,
as it gets as they get older, when they start to develop their own thought process and they start to do their own thing, you're like, that's not what I taught you, or they go against the grain and you're like, well, why did you even do that? Like, why are you even thinking like that? And so they're allowing society to kind of infiltrate their teachings and do things on their own until they fall on their ass and realize, you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. My parents was right. But that's that. Is it too, better late, or, you don't want it to be a situation where you find that out later on in life. You need to find that out sooner than later. So
it come a fine line where you just need to get it, or you just gonna have the world teach you what's real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and what they gonna teach you is not
The
quite
world
what you
ain't
need to
nice.
know.
The world is not as nice as I am. So, the other than that, let me somebody hit us with a laughter. Oh, Sonia Cheltenham with the laughter, with the ha ha face. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. It's a short night for us. Got to get up
Yes.
at 4 a.m.
Oh,
So if you have any
and I'm
questions, go ahead
conditioning
and
my hair, so I gotta finish my
if
hair.
not, we got to get up out of here. I'm Sean Cheltenham, and I'm one of the hams.
I am Treasure Cheltenham, and I too am one of the hams.
We love y'all. Thank you for spending some time with us on Wednesday night. This is the Ham Show, and hopefully we see y'all next week. And we can argue about something else, right?
What we arguing about next week?
I
What
don't
y'all want to
know.
argue about next week?
I know what Chris want to talk about.
Robots. Chris want to talk about robots.
Chris want to hit him with the robots.
Yeah, man. Chris, as always, we appreciate you. Mom, we appreciate you for chiming in. Thank y'all for chiming in and kicking it with us on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Hump Day.
Hump Day, y'all.
What movie, Chris? What movie you trying to talk about?
What movie you talking about, Chris?
Now we're gonna have to watch a movie and do
so we have to do a review of a movie.
I'm with it. The movie with the robot that tries to kill the family. We did watch that movie.
I didn't watch it. She watched it.
No, you did watch it.
I ain't watched nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy when the wife was in the hospital.
You and Isis watched that. I didn't watch that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on Netflix. I'm gonna have to try to watch it.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We love y'all. Thanks for rocking with the hams. See y'all next week.
Next week at 8 p.m. Y'all chime on in with us, and hopefully we have a topic on there that y'all want to get at us with.
Yeah.
Hey, I might have to start making people upset because I got some views that's in my mind, and don't hold it against me. It's just what it is. And I might have to upset some of y'all. So if y'all interested in doing a little arguing next week, go ahead and chime on in.
I guess this is going to be an argument.
I'm going to be on people's heads next week.
That's going to be a good one. All right. I'm Treasure Cheltenham, and I am one of the hams.
DJ 60 in the house.
All right. It's all good, man. We was talking about women raising girls to be single, but you know,
Yeah.
we'll definitely have a part 2 of this one.
Yeah, we need to come back to this and read some stats.
Yeah. It'll be
Next
a
time
part
I'll
2.
have some stats.
This has been Women's Month, so you know, we want to make sure we end it with
Is that Q60 or?
Yeah, DJ Q60.
What up, Q60? How you doing out there, man? Yeah, we about to get up out of here. You're going to have to catch us next week at 8 o'clock, man. 8 p.m. And I'll see y'all next week. And we out. Hitting with that bean footage, love.
Yeah, see y'all.